What's up, everybody? It's Lids, and we're back for some more Hades. And last time, we messed around a little bit early with some experimental stuff, trying to see what we could do with getting as many coins as possible early on.
Feels lighter than
and yet, somehow, even with that experimental setup, okay, maybe it wasn't that extreme, but we still made it just as far as, well, our farthest go thus far, so that was encouraging. So it didn't feel like we had any amazing things to make that run really powerful. We did get a pretty good call, and then we got another boon that allowed us to charge up our call more quickly. So that was the primary combo that we had going for us, but aside from that, not really anything that felt all that game-breaking. I am, again, choosing to use the keepsake that has us start with additional coins. So, normally, at least in the past, I would have... Ow, should not have been there. I would have taken the life on that occasion, but I'm deliberately still trying to push ourselves to farm up more of the coins, see what we can do there. Maybe not as extreme as what we did last time, but something similar. Candle. Wasn't sure if that was a vase that had coins in it or not.
Louds.
So one thing that is going to be a key component of this strategy, we want to make sure that we don't get hit very often down here. I'm sure, yep, it is going to be an invitation to get hit down here. Reason for that being, that means we won't need to rely so heavily on going into those life rooms like we skipped earlier, or buying life upgrades from the mini shops and things like that that will limit. I actually don't know what it was. Was it the numbskull or was it this big guy? Yeah, so we're also using the spear again, and last time we did the shield, and I wasn't a huge fan of the shield, and yet we've had, surprisingly, a lot of success with it. I'm most comfortable with the spear, so I'm curious to see if we can continue to carry over that success.
Perhaps you know of Lord Thanatos. The two of us are very close associates, you know. Do give him my best wishes, should you see him soon.
We did meet Thanatos for the first time last time, and I did a little bit of research on him because I did not recognize that name. And learned that he is somewhat similar to Charon. In fact, some say that he may be somewhat related to Charon. I think we take history.
It's me or them.
And, ooh, that's a mini-boss. Let's avoid that. And that he is sort of god of death, but potentially only peaceful death. He's also apparently Hypnos' twin brother, which I would not have guessed. Son of Nyx and someone else, which I suppose means that at one point people would have thought that we were brothers with him, which would explain our history a little bit, at least. Ooh, I was hoping we were just outside of range of that. A little sloppy.
For safekeeping.
Okay, so we do have a shop and we have 400 coins, so... as much as I would like to see a Poseidon room, I think we take advantage of this large amount of coins that we built up here.
Greetings, Charon.
So this is what I mean, is we want to avoid the number of times when we need to buy these, and instead, or not that, I want this. I want to see how many of these we can pick up, and upgrades, and weapon upgrades, because, I mean, the hope would be that with a large amount of coins that we could actually get multiple upgrades per shop, which, granted, is not really what we're going to end up getting here, so maybe we would have been better off going into the Poseidon room, but we could have known that in advance. Dash 2 more times in a row, pass faster, special is faster. I think we did pick up a dash ability. Ooh, close.
Must have slept.
A little bit more. We did pick up some dash damaging abilities with Ares.
You think you can just walk away from here?
So hopefully that is helpful. We survive.
This is trouble.
Stop that, please. Ooh, I walked out of that and then back into that. Real silly there. I think our dash is actually doing a lot of work here. Ow.
Almost there.
I am just gonna dash out of this. Finish. Okay. There we go.
They had their chance.
Coin for Charon.
And we're almost back at the amount of coins we had earlier before that shop. And, I mean, we don't need this. I think it would still be useful.
It's mine.
You should be able to get
Escape.
some net life gained out of this. I would think. Depends just how quick we can be. And how much damage we take in the process, of course. Definitely
You waste my time.
life.
I'll just help myself.
More than we needed at that. More Ares, the champion room. For an upgrade. I mean, we don't have a lot of stuff at the moment. We have the ability to dash a couple of extra times in a row. And what was this? This is the blade circles from those dashes. And we have weapon upgrade?
Where
Yeah, I don't think there's much to upgrade. So yeah,
Hey, lads.
probably could have guessed that it would be these guys. Ooh, that almost hit us. I think it did miss. Would have loved to have gotten in a little bit more with the dash ability there. One down. Oop, I walked straight into that, and almost that again.
That's what you get.
Not that bad. Cass sends a Blade Rift. Or we could hop into the Aid. This is the one that we had last time, albeit last time we had the epic version, not the rare. And it is really nice to have an aid, or at least be sure that you have some aid by the first boss fight, because that's where those aids skills tend to come in most handy. So
The will to fight.
I don't love it. I do like Ares aid a lot, it's just that I wish it was slightly higher than a rare. Where you came from? Very much so. I think we blocked all of those. Also, surprisingly, no chaos yet. Usually we would have seen chaos by now. Alright. Almost to 300, but it seems like we've been saving up for that for a very long time. Yeah, see, this should be Sisyphus, and we have not gifted Sisyphus any nectars yet, and we do have one to spare. 2, actually. We definitely want to do that. And I don't see anything else of note in here, so I suppose that's the way we'll go. As for what we take from it,
Hello, sir.
well, let's gift first.
Hey, sir. Thought this might ease your burden for a while.
Now hold a moment, Highness. I cannot accept something like this. Not without giving back a little something in return, that is.
Okay, do go on.
Thanks for that, sir.
Shattered Jackal. Okay. Not sure what that'll do, but we'll check it out when we get back.
Hey, Your Highness, anything the matter, or just passing through? Happy that we get to chat like this of late, of course.
Sisyphus, don't take this the wrong way, but why are you helping me? My father stuck you here for an eternity of torment, and even still you greet me with a smile time after time.
Come now, Prince Ed, that's just the way I am. Besides, you're not your father, thank the gods. You've always seemed a decent lad to me. And if you're saying you want out of here, why, I suppose I can relate, is all.
Suppose that's true. Okay, I think we have full HP at the moment. We could, of course, use darkness, but we're going to continue with the theme here.
Thank you, mate.
We now have a ton of coins, yet again.
So long for now.
Passed up on the life upgrade before, so
No one's
happy to
here.
take this, and
What makes door locks connected to a fountain?
do anything, but anyway, I think we have to get out of here. Okay, and now, again, we could upgrade. Now we do have a call, which would be somewhat helpful to upgrade, but I think, again, with our 521 coins, we better do this. And this will be the last room with boss fight there. So we'll take max life upgrade, for sure.
Cheers, mate.
We'll take the Athena, please.
You're difficult to track there in the depths, cousin. Though the boatman Charon, thankfully, is proving of some help.
Okay. Beginning of each encounter, your god gauge is partially full. I mean, this is the exact combo that we had last time. Where we had this, and we had the Ares call. I think they might have both been slightly higher rarity than this. Maybe this one was just rare. But,
Divine protection.
I guess we're going for a repeat of last time, just with the spear this time instead of the shield. We'll see how it goes. It is not.
It's not.
How pleasant.
I don't understand. But I'm not who you think I am. My father sent you to stop me, that's all.
Yeah, I don't think she's going to be too keen on negotiating. But it's been a long time since I last fought her. Fought the other Furies somewhat recently. She has more combos. Like this, where she'll do one attack and then she'll quickly follow up with another. Just need to be mindful of that. And she will change arena on us. Where'd you go? Over there. I don't think we've been hit yet. Right on cue. I mean, I was kinda asking for that, right? And I'm pretty sure I just got to buy a bazillion things there. We have a call up. Oop. Stop that. Okay, we're teleporting. This stuff now. Oop. Get out of there. Out there. Oop. Actually stunned. I did not realize that. And here we have a tiny little arena where I will now do this. There we go.
Glad that's over.
Strong beginning, but she actually did a lot of damage to us at the end there. She gets significantly harder when the arena gets
finished
smaller.
yet.
She shoots so many projectiles and they become very difficult to avoid.
So much for the fearsome furies.
Okay.
Ooh. Yeah, I don't love that. Certainly could have done better.
Got something new to try.
So, do we? Oh yeah, we have this is shackle. Traps and rubble falling from pillars deal. Whoa, lots of extra damage. Foes. Okay, there were a few circumstances under which we saw some boons, namely the ones that made traps deal far less damage to us. That made it seem like maybe we could somehow fashion a run in which the traps are actually our primary damage dealer. We stand in those traps and we don't care that much that they hurt us because they're dealing such a small percentage of their usual damage, and this would make that a lot easier to pull off. But I don't think we have those boons this time around, so that's something that I think we're going to have to play by ear a little bit, and maybe we'll pick this up partway through a run if we realize that we're starting to go in that direction. It's hard to plan for that in advance, though. Now, we've already received the benefit from the coin purse, because it only gives you that initial 150 coins. Maybe you can swap to it, even in the second or third floor, and still get this, but it's not providing any additional value on the subsequent floors. So, I mean, we could continue to hold on to it and try to level it up, which is what we've sort of been doing in the past, or we could opt for something different. I think we'll hold on to it for now. I think, at least for Asphodel, it's not terribly difficult. I think we have anything really want to sell or buy. I mean, we could use a little bit more life. I'm going to take a risk here. Try to save up our coins to the greatest extent possible. Continue to have that be one of the defining characteristics of this run. See how far we can push on the coin front. How much of a difference that makes. We shall see. But yeah, we'll continue to level up the coin purse. So that at least for future runs, it's better. Because I don't think we're going to be taking too much damage in Asphodel. We've been getting better at it. Sure. Oh, saw that at the last minute. Drop. Just missed the kill, sadly. Get rid of you there. Any more? Yes. Let's get rid of you. Nope. Okay. Actually, don't think we took any damage.
So then, if he's looking out for me, that's good, that's good. She likes to put a lot of thought and stuff in everything. It's all a little much, if you ask me.
Okay, attack faster. I like that. After you dash, gain move speed. We are very dash heavy. I think this is
Let's move.
probably the best from a pure damage standpoint. We did just use a nectar, but I think we do still have at least one more at the moment, so we're not super reliant on getting more of those. So let's continue to save up the gems, because we're somewhat close to affording that upgrade. Okay, more of the hooves. Who actually just hit this guy? Either. You're annoying. Don't like your attack. That. You don't want to die. And you conveniently found a spot that blocks you from taking damage. I don't appreciate it. Where did this last guy go? There you are. right where you can sneak up on me. There we go. Got him though. No big deal.
Gemstones.
Alright, certainly could be a little better on the life front there, but did take some damage that I would rather we had not taken. Ooh. Almost didn't see this. This would get us up to that 300 mark, assuming we clear this with any sort of speed. However, I do also see Job, which would be really helpful with almost 300 coins. And the double boon, which is dangerous, but very helpful if we can pull it off. I think we do this in hopes of getting a few more coins. Might hurt us a bit, health-wise. Ooh, I stood right in the middle of all that. Yeah, that maybe is not the best idea. Saw that. Apparently I didn't see that, though. Man, we are close to death. Wow! Oops. Okay. My bad. So much for going through Asphodel without taking much damage.
Oh, that trove should have been mine.
I agree. That might have been the first time we've died on a trove, actually.
Hey, Hypnos, what would it take for you to let me through the locked door down the hall?
Oh, that's a good one. You know I can't let you enter your dad's private chambers anymore since you betrayed his trust and tried to run away from home. Sorry, master's orders.
Darn.
Nothing from me back there anyway.
I'm busy now, as you can plainly see.
I don't know. Look exactly the same as you usually look.
Say, I was wondering, Achilles, any news of Orpheus of late? I've not seen him around here in some time. He's still paying his dues?
That I believe he is, lad. Your father, he was none too pleased with him last time I saw him here. I tried my best to simmer down the situation, but you know how it goes. I hope your father cuts his sentence short.
I hope so too. If you do see him, tell him I said hi.
I don't remember who Orpheus is. Okay.
You tell me if I did anything wrong, wouldn't you, Prince?
Okay. Oh, we didn't even get the gems at the end of that. No. Ah, and he's gonna mock us by giving us the option of buying this. And it's 4 troves, no less. If we completed the trove, we would have been able to upgrade the troves. But, alas, we messed up. My bad. Maybe there's a swap option here, but...
What's new?
Yeah, no, there isn't, though. So let's see what Nyx has to say.
Nyx, I ran into Thanatos out there. He aided me, although I think he's rather upset that I took off like this.
Thanatos is Nyx's son, I believe.
Thanatos is worried for you, child. I hope you understand whatever anger you may sense from him is not the feeling at the source. Please forgive his rudeness.
Okay. I'll try. It was cool. Does help. Okay, the other thing that we improved last time round and that we'll at least get a small upgrade for was that we made it so that each rank has now, or well, was 22% greater chance of having rare effects, and now 23. What I don't fully understand is, does this mean that boons that would normally be rare that boons that would normally be normal instead have a 23% chance to be rare, in which case, okay, it's a 23% chance of an upgrade for those boons at least? Or does it mean across the board all boons have a 23% chance to be more likely to be rare. In which case, does that also mean that boons that would normally have been epic, heroic, legendary are instead potentially turning into rare boons, in which case, in some scenarios, it might actually be a downgrade. So I'm not sure about that, but that makes me a little skeptical. I mean, maybe I'm just reading into this wording a little too much, and I should just accept this as a universal upgrade, but it seems as though there are some similar, like, chaos boons that are worded slightly differently that seem to suggest that they're a little more favorable in that way, and that they say, 23% chance for boons to be rare or better, whereas this does not say that. That makes me a little hesitant. So maybe we should not be flooding all of our darkness into this upgrade, but we'll see.
All set.
We'll see.
There he is.
Okay, so we did check out Sisyphus's item. We do not currently have the coins, or the keys rather, to unlock this, although that might be something that we opt to do next.
You know something, boyo? I think you could do a real number on one of these columns, holding up this place and bring the whole thing down in just a few swipes. Boom, boom, boom. And hate to be standing near one of them if you did.
Wreck my father's finely crafted architecture every chance I get. That I can do for sure.
Thanks, Kelly.
Well, time to go get killed again.
That's one way to look at it.
The dead are judged and sent to Asphodel, Elysium, or Tartarus. We keep the process neat and orderly. Everyone gets in, no one gets out.
I mean, not quite.
I'll show you neat and orderly. Lord Dionysus.
Alright, certainly not our best run. I mean, definitely not in comparison to some of the other ones that we've had recently. Maybe got a little too carried away with passing up on the life upgrades, but maybe we learned our lesson a little bit there. So, we'll see if we can improve in the future, but that's going to be it for this video. Hope you enjoyed it. I'll see you in the next one.